One of the popular things to do in Death Valley during the spring is hiking. With moderate temperatures and blooming wildflowers, this is one of the things people love to do during this particular season, and you'll find over 100 hiking trails inside the park. And on our recent trip, we wanted to get in at least one hike. The Golden Canyon Trail is one we haven't hiked before. That was one option, though the parking area for that was super crowded. So we went down the road a little bit to another hiking option, which was the Natural Bridge Trail, and both of these hikes are located off of Badwater Road. The Natural Bridge Trail hike is a 2-mile round-trip hike, takes you through colorful canyons, and it includes a natural stone bridge that rises 35 feet from the canyon floor. A note about getting to this trailhead, it does require driving a short distance on a dirt road off of Badwater Road. There is an open dirt parking area at the base of the trailhead, and there are vault toilets in the parking lot. And we learned, later that when you take your car on some of these dirt roads, you may want to reduce your tire pressure.
As you can see, we are on a very bumpy road. This is the Natural Bridge Road. We had to put the truck into 4-wheel drive because it was so bumpy and wasn't getting any traction at one point. So here we are.
So it's interesting. We have our 4-wheel drive truck, dirt road coming up to Natural Bridge in Death Valley. When you look at the road, it doesn't look that bad, but there were some parts of the drive where, it felt like the San Andreas fault line was given underway. But I'm looking in the parking lot, there's like small cars that are making it up here. We had the point, like you mentioned, that I couldn't get traction, so we had to put it in 4-wheel drive. So I don't know some of these other cars, how it's working for them. 4-wheel drive, if you have that, might come in handy for you. Came in handy for us. And now we're going to go check out this trail. Not sure if we're going to get all the way to the Natural Bridge. It is warm today. It's closer to 90 than not. I was feeling the heat when we were at Badwater Basin, so we'll see how far we can go. We should bring some water with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I have to put sunscreen on because I don't want to get fry cooked. I already have it on my face, so this should be fine. Connects the walls of the canyon. The bridge is about 35 feet thick, same height above the canyon floor. Stream cut it out many thousands and hundreds and millions of years ago.
So it's only 0.3 miles to the bridge.
0.3 miles. That's it. So it's very short.
One of the things I'm always reminded about when we do stuff like this, we go on these hikes, is do it while you can, because there's going to come a day when you can't. So take the opportunities when they're available. Over thousands of years, flash floods carved this canyon that the Natural Bridge spans over today. The bridge itself is about 35 feet thick, and looking up, as we did, we saw some cracks in it.
They looked a little ominous.
They did. They looked like one of these days that bridge isn't going to be there anymore.
Or part of it isn't going to be there.
Yeah, but it was there when we were there. Someday it's probably going to give way. That could happen not in our lifetime, but with those cracks emerging, you never know.
Yeah.
There's a canyon that continues a short distance beyond the Natural Bridge, and it ends at a dry waterfall.
So we have discovered the waterfall that is depicted in the beginning of the trail when they talked about this trail. So this is the waterfall that's been carved out over millions of years and left this rock formation. It's very cool.
You can plan about 45 minutes for this hike, so it's not super long, and it is rated easy on the hiking difficulty scale. There's only an 86-foot elevation gain, and even though it's a relatively easy hike, we still recommend have water with you because during our hike, temperatures during the spring day that we were there approached 88 degrees. It was getting kind of toasty, so it was nice to have a shorter hike during this spring heat that we experienced in Death Valley, and we always have water with us.
Yeah, plus, be aware of what your physicality is like too, because we have been trying to recover from some viruses and it's been a little tough. So we haven't been able to get out there and do the walks we usually do. So we did want to measure that hike out a little bit in, equivalency of what our physicality was.
Yeah, we've done much longer hikes in Death Valley before. Yeah. And it's always nice to do something brand new. So that's...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was this for us.
It's green. How is it green? I want to know. That's so cool. I don't know. I just
many cool things to see.
Many cool things. Yeah. I know the red is iron, but that's what the green is.
And after the hike, it's the bumpy ride back to Badwater Road. So on this trip to Death Valley, we're after some pretty intense rains that happened a few months ago, and there's several areas that are still closed. We're early spring 2024. The road that people would normally take to get to the Devil's Golf Course is not accessible. Lots of people are parking their cars on Badwater Road and then hiking in to the Devil's Golf Course area. So that's one thing that's different for right now still. And then the other thing, there's a drive off of Badwater Road called Artist's Palette. It's a beautiful loop that you can drive, but that road was also damaged during the recent rain, so that's not accessible either. So two normally popular things that people see in Death Valley that are not available. Which brings me to my next point is before you go probably to any national park, it's useful to get on the national park website for that specific place and find out the current conditions, what's open, what's closed, so you can better plan your trip, avoid disappointments, and make the best use of your time. And that's our tip from Death Valley. If you're thinking about a trip to Death Valley National Park, lodging is one of the things you want to think about. Although we were camping in nearby Amargosa Valley on this trip, we did stop in to see the Inn at Death Valley. The Inn is a historic and luxurious hotel inside the park in the Furnace Creek area. It was first built in 1927 and has since undergone several renovations, but still maintains its classic charm and elegance. And this is a place, if you want a bit of luxury.
A bit of luxury? That is luxurious place.
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't know the exact prices for the rooms, but this will be your most expensive stay option in Death Valley National Park.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's a place that if you like some pampering with your vacation, you may want to consider the Inn at Death Valley National Park. They're going to immerse you in comforts and amenities. The hotel offers various room options, including suites. We saw lots of cottages on the grounds, and there's stunning views of the desert landscape all around. And the grounds of this inn itself it was plush. It was
so much water features. There was so much water.
Yeah. It was quite the place.
It was amazing, yeah.
And in addition to having comfortable accommodations, the Inn at Death Valley has several dining options. They have a spa. There's a spring-fed pool and access to a whole bunch of activities such as golfing and horseback riding. It's the perfect place if camping is not your thing, and instead you want a place for a luxurious and relaxing stay when visiting this national park. So we stopped in for a few minutes at the inn at Death Valley. Probably, I'm sure, your best place to stay in Death Valley. Just expect it's going to cost you more than any other option, but extremely nice. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to see our future videos and hit the like button. We appreciate it. Happy traveling, and we hope to see you at the places where we go.